Hey there, I'm Jama, and over the past few years, I've become very interested in onomatology, the study of names. I've never really liked my name until I researched the meaning of it. My name means paradigm shifter, and I'd like to shift your paradigm by shining a light on onomatology and how it can potentially help you find your purpose, help you communicate better with others, or even both. In each episode, I ask someone 8 basic questions regarding their first name. So sit back, relax, and try to shift your paradigm with this next episode. All right, so today's episode, I'm excited about this one. I've been wanting to interview this name for a while now because I have a friend with this name. And this person I just recently met through a coaching session that I found to be really effective and successful. And I really am intrigued about learning more about her and her name. So, welcome to the podcast, Alyssa.
Thank you. I'm excited for this as well and to learn about my name.
Yeah, awesome. Well, yeah, go ahead and just tell the listeners just a little bit about where you're podcasting from and a little bit about your business and what you're interested in.
Yeah, I am here in Columbus, Ohio. I am a future self coach and I help women who are burnt out or in a point in their career where they just feel stuck, help them kind of pivot, realign to their future self using my Activate Your Future Self methodology. And I'm so glad to have met you through that. It's been prior to that, about 18 months ago, I was in project management and consulting, and moving to this has given me so much life and joy. And I love bringing that to other people.
That's awesome. I like that you're tapping into like your passion, and I think you're going to do amazingly. Like even just the one session I had with you, I was like, this is incredible.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy that I gave that to you.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. All right, well, let's just go ahead and jump into the first question, which is before I brought up my podcast and talked about like the meaning of names with you, did you know what the meaning of your first name was?
I think one time long ago I looked it up, and all I can remember was that it was Greek in origin, and but I don't remember anymore. So I don't know what my name means.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, you are correct. It comes from Greek, and there are a few other origins too, depending on how you spell Alyssa. And yours is Alyssa on your birth
Correct.
certificate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what I found is that it means in Greek, it means noble or rational. And then it's also linked to a flower called alyssum, spelled exactly like your name, but at the end you remove the A and do a UM, and that's used medicinally, so for like healing. And then I also found if you kind of relate Alyssa to Alice in German and French, it means noble or exalted. I also found in Hebrew, if you link it to Elisha, Lisha, that means God is salvation or God is my oath. So I probably would lean more towards like the Greek meaning of noble and rational just because it's the closest spelling to your name.
Mhm.
So I'm curious, like, what are your thoughts of hearing noble and rational?
That sounds familiar. Like I had that idea in my head, but I wasn't like sure how to articulate it. But for sure, I remember when I first looked it up, rational made sense to me. I'm very good at figuring things out. Like one of the things that made me a great project manager was taking all these complex ideas and moving parts and figuring out how to make it all happen. Um, at least theoretically, because then life happens. Um,
Yeah.
but noble, like I guess for me, until recently, I don't think I knew what to do with that. Maybe now, as I've stepped into really my, like you said, my doing my passion and going out there and being me, it feels more like how I feel now. Not that I feel like I, you know, am a queen or anything, but I feel like I have that main character energy now where maybe was hiding that before, kind of behind being the rational one that figures stuff out.
That's awesome. I love that. And I have a friend, her name is Alyssa, and she is very kind and smart and rational too. So I was like, it's so interesting. I was
That is
glad that,
interesting. Yeah, because a
yeah.
lot of people will, like, when you do the exercise of asking your friends what they think of you, people always say kind or smart
Yeah.
or, clever, stuff like that. So yeah, that's so interesting that she has the same.
Yeah, for sure. So I take it you like the meaning.
I do. I love the meeting.
Okay, awesome. I love it too. It's a good quality.
Yeah. I think actually, I don't know if it's alyssum or maybe if alyssium is a different flower or not. I've planted it in my planter boxes this year for like just to have some extra stuff, and I was just like, I think I just liked that it was
Oh,
similar to my name.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, do you know how your parents chose your name?
I asked my mom once, and she said that she liked Alyssa Milano in a show, and I didn't. I guess Alyssa Milano, I guess she must have been like 10 or 12. I'm not sure what her first show was. It's not coming to mind, but um, that's what my mom says at least.
Okay,
She named me
awesome.
after Alyssa Milano.
Yeah, okay, cool. And thinking back when you were younger, did you ever have the thought cross your mind, I wish I had a different name?
Not for my first name. I actually really liked my name. Not I only knew one other person when I was growing up who had my name and she didn't go to my school, so I liked being the only Alyssa. My maiden name though was very long and hard to spell, so I was happy to change it to Sharp,
Yeah.
which is very easy to spell.
Yeah, that's cool. It's
Yeah.
it's a nice last name to have as a coach too. So,
Yes, I even though I am divorced now, I kept the name and I feel like it was meant to be my name. Like it feels right. So,
nice. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. And if you were forced to change your first name, is there a name that you like that you would want to change it to?
For some reason the first thing that comes to my head, I was just telling my current partner about I love how they pronounce the name Beatrice in Italian, which is Beatrice. So
Ooh.
I would think I would choose that name, but that would be one that no one would pronounce correctly because they would see Beatrice, but I would be like, no, it's Beatrice. 'Cause I think that is just a beautiful pronunciation of that name itself. So that's what I
Yeah.
would. Mhm.
Okay. Do you know what it means?
I do not know what it means.
I'm gonna look it up. Oh, this is interesting. It means she who brings happiness or blessed one. So,
Oh, that is amazing.
yeah. Yeah, that's really pretty. I like that. It also means a voyager or traveler too. So,
I
interesting.
love traveling, so maybe that was meant to be my name.
Yeah. You can use it as like your like alter ego name.
Yeah, maybe it will be my alter ego. I'll start instead of calling my future self me, I'll just call her Beatrice.
Love it. Cool. All right. And has your name ever been mispronounced?
Oh yeah. Um,
Really?
every first day of school, I think in high school or all the way through, you know, um, grade school, I think every teacher mispronounced it as Alicia or Alicia.
Oh, yeah.
Like only one or two teachers ever got it right. When I got to college, I think more teachers got it right, but yeah, I always had to just correct it on the first day.
Yeah. Did you like what did you feel when somebody mispronounced your name?
I don't think I really cared. Like I just by a certain time, by a certain age, you just know like I just gotta they're gonna say my name wrong and I say my name is Alyssa.
Yeah.
Um, so it doesn't matter. It didn't really matter to me.
That's cool. That
Yeah.
seems pretty rationally minded.
I know. There's some people I know that get really angry like when their name is mispronounced, or there's someone I know who like they have a hyphenated name and they're just always posting. like when emails are written incorrectly and stuff to them. And I get to a certain point, but like I was like, I don't know, you gotta let this go. Like obviously your name is just hard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
Right. Yeah, I agree. Okay. And do you think that the meaning of your name, noble or rational, do you think that that has any relevance on the way that you act or the way that you see the world around you?
I don't know. I mean, since I didn't know the meaning of the name, does like that come with it? Maybe there's a lot of evidence of the, I can't even think of the word now of just the generational trauma and experiences that come with you. Does that energy come with your name as well? Perhaps. I don't know if it has. I will say I spent a lot of my life being shy, like rational for sure, but shy and quiet and careful. And I think those are probably opposite of noble. So maybe it was just waiting to come out at some point. So I don't know how much of an effect it has or not, but I'm interested, and I can maybe you want me to ask this later if you do notice that people's names align kind of with their personality or their passions or anything like that.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll go ahead and answer it now.
Okay.
Because I have noticed, I feel like a good majority of the people that I've come to know and to understand the meaning of their name, it's either a part of who they are and their personality, or even like this man who I interviewed who resides in Nicaragua. He is American, but he lives in Nicaragua now. And his name is Jaredon, and which means gardener, and he works the land. He's a farmer, and I just thought that that was very interesting.
Yeah, that's an awesome alignment right there.
Yeah, for sure. I do feel like I have a couple of theories with names because I do feel as though what I've found and what I've come to learn in my research is like it does either have like the meaning is almost like a prophecy or like you can fulfill it. It could be like your destiny or your identity. But then again, there are some names that have very different meanings. For example, the name Carrie means black or darkness. And so, in that regard, for that theory, I would think like that person would be most effective if they like went deeper and like tried to discover more on the things around them. And like it's almost like a goal that they can try to like reach in terms of being more effective. But you do have to kind of peel the onion a little bit, I think, in terms of trying to understand the symbolism and where that could lead. So that's my theory. It's just a simple opinion, but I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. And even something like that, for darkness, like I met some other coaches who help people with their shadow work, and she's just like, somehow I'm just naturally, even though it's sad and like tough work, like she's just like, this is where I naturally fall, and she helps people on their dark sides, you could say. So that is, I can't recall if her name is Carrie, but it could
Interesting.
be like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very cool. But good
Yeah.
question. I like it. You're always asking good questions.
I hope so. That is what I do. So,
Yeah, I love it. All right, and my last question. So, right when I first started the podcast, I wanted to understand like what are books saying about names and like changing names and what the effect on that is or if what the significance is. And so I was like, I'm going to start with the best-selling book of all time, which happens to be the Bible. And I'm just curious, like regardless of any kind of religious views or preferences, what is your opinion about where it talks about in the Bible, it says that like there were quite a few names that were changed, and it mentions that their names were changed. So I wanted to know what your opinion was on what you think the significance of mentioning that is.
yeah, I'm not sure if I could answer your question because it makes me have questions because I will say I'm not religious. I'm more spiritual. I grew up in a Christian and Catholic household, but I'll admit, like, I've never actually read past, like, physically read past the first chapter because of all the names and ages. And I was like, "Whew, this is boring." But I have studied a lot of, like, in college, I studied religion and philosophy. And so I have a lot of questions because my first question is, since I don't know, like, is there a certain version of the Bible that mentions this, or is it every version of the Bible mentions that the names are changed? And I also know, or I've been reading that the Bible is built over a long time period, even though collectively a long time ago from us. So was it to me like what were those names mentioned changes in a certain like part that was newer versus more original? So those are all the questions that come up to my name because to me like that might change the reason why. Like maybe at a certain point it was a passage that was created for the political point of the Bible. And they wanted the names to be more in alignment with whoever was going to be reading it. Or maybe otherwise, I'm actually not sure why you would change the names. If it was just a change in the language, going from Hebrew to English or any other language. I don't, I, and again, like I'm not a biblical history expert, but I've heard enough that I'm just like, okay, there's a lot going on with the creation of the Bible, and I think that's a really interesting question, but I don't have an answer for it because I just feel like there's too much I don't know about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's okay.
sorry to have a non-answer, but
That's all right.
makes me ask more questions and be like, oh, I need to know more before I can answer that.
Yeah, that's super smart. And I love that because I'm a very analytical person and I would have those same questions. I do believe it is mentioned in all the different versions and translations. And so, like, it is interesting because there's different context to each
Yeah.
chapter too. So, like, when in Genesis it says, like, God spoke to Abram and said, you are no longer going to be called Abram. I want you to change your name to Abraham, and you're going to call your wife Sarah instead of Sarai. And so, like, I mean, to me, in my opinion, I think he's trying to like shift their identity a little bit, but that's, obviously my
See,
opinion.
like I didn't even know that context. I didn't know if it was just like was
Yeah.
God telling yeah, now you say like it's God telling them to change it versus some passage where there was
Yeah.
like, yeah, instead of calling him Abram, we're calling him Abraham. So that changes a little bit. And I would say like in that context of God saying, "Hey, I want you to be called this now." It sounds like now that you're aligned with me, like this is kind of a new version of you, like a new identity kind of. So
Yeah.
I would agree with that in that context. So if there's more context on like, what the passage was saying, again, coming from someone who is more just generally spiritual, I love those kind of philosophical questions.
Yeah. Me
Yeah.
too. Cool. Okay. Awesome. Well, those were all my questions. Did you have any other questions for me?
No, I think you answered my question that came up as we were talking. But yeah, I appreciate it. This was fun. I learned a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I enjoyed it too. All right.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to subscribe or follow the podcast on your favorite platform. Your support helps me continue bringing you meaningful conversations with remarkable guests. Don't forget to tune in next time for more insightful discussions and inspiring stories. Until then, thank you for listening and keep striving to make a positive impact wherever you are. And don't forget to tap into the meaning of your own name to find a deeper sense of confidence in your purpose.